Hey everyone, today we have a bunch of Fanta sodas. These ones are from the United States. This one here is from Japan. And these ones here are from Europe. Specifically, Bosnia. So these ones here, I had to translate it so we can compare the ingredients. Now, why are they a different color? That's what I'm very interested in. I want to give them a taste test. These I expect to taste probably the same. Maybe they look exactly the same. But these ones contain real orange juice. The American ones do not. Also, this color is fake. It's dye. Because Americans want something that looks pretty and that looks nice and vibrant. We put so much cancer-causing food coloring in our foods for really no reason at all. So, I'm really interested to compare the ingredients, show you guys the labels, and give these all a taste test. Alrighty, so today I went into Walmart, and I found this 8-pack here, and I was kind of disappointed, because I didn't see a pack of these on the shelf. But then, thankfully, when I got to the cash register, I found these inside the cooler, right next to the register. So I bought one of these, because I wanted to compare it to the ingredients in these, but unfortunately, none of them are the same size, even though they look like they could be. They're not. This here is 20 ounces. This one right here is 16.6 ounces. And the one over here is, it's in milliliters, so, okay, so 591 milliliters. This one right here is 500 milliliters. And this one right here is 500 milliliters. So these are the same size, I guess. Yep, because this one's just a little fatter. And this one here is a little bit off. So they're not exactly the same size, so our comparison won't be exact as far as proportions of what's in them. But that's okay. I'm just interested in what exactly is in them. So this right here, it expires in December of 2023. Now we go and take the one over here, which I don't know where it is. Let me find it. Where is the expiration date on this? That's what I'm looking for at the moment. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's just date coded. No, there it is. So the year is first in Japan. So does this expire on September 1st? Because I know that in Europe, only the day and month are reversed compared to here in America. But this right here is completely backwards. Regardless, it's slightly expired, but I don't think it'll matter today for our taste test. It looks to me like, yeah, that's going to be slightly expired. It's either expired in September, but I don't think it expired in January. It probably just expired, so there's not a big deal. But I am noticing something that might be interesting when we open them, but I'm going to wait until I open them to see if that is the case. So I just want to take a quick look at the ingredients, which I'm very interested in. Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup. But then we go down, and those are the things right there. Yellow dye and red dye to make this vibrant orange color. Most food colorings, to an extent, are cancer-causing. See that fake color that it has in there from it? Well, these ones don't have a fake color. It's naturally colored because it contains a lot of orange juice. High fructose corn syrup. Now this one has more high fructose corn syrup than carbonated water. So that means it's a little less healthy as far as that, but it's got real orange juice. And you see it doesn't have the fake coloring, which is kind of cool. Now this one right here, I have to go ahead and translate this over here. I went ahead and just screenshotted Google Translate and sent it over to the printer. That used so much ink it took forever to get out of the printer. Orange juice, 3%. What's the orange? Does this say? This doesn't say the orange juice percentage. Yeah, it is a little different, but also you can't ever fully trust Google Translate. It'll substitute words for other things that might not always make sense. But these here, I'm assuming, are going to be probably the same taste when we open them up. But that just really stood out to me. The color difference is amazing. Yeah, so these ones here I bought from somebody on the internet, that 4-pack, which is about to expire, but not quite. It's still got like maybe 2 more months to go. This one is slightly expired, but I don't think it matters at all. I'm squeezing it. It's still definitely pressurized. Now, the thing I was mentioning a minute ago, these right here have the same exact caps. They're just different colors, exact same style cap. But this one here might have, you see, it looks like an old-fashioned cap. It looks like a cap if we look over on the shelf. It matches that 80s Welch's. And it's also similar to this almost 15-year-old Schweppes ginger ale. So, those inside here have a real rubber gasket. So even many years after expiration, it's still carbonated. It still tastes good. Now, you may argue, depending on how it was stored, that plastic may start getting into it, microplastics, as it breaks down. That's more a concern if it's been in a lot of heat or sunshine. But over many years, it eventually would. Now these, I'm wondering if these have the fake gasket or not. Most newer ones have a gasket that, it doesn't have a gasket. It's just wedged in there where it can go flat very, very quickly. All right, so let's get a more detailed look at this label for anyone who wants to take a look at it. And then we're about to go ahead and open them up now. All right, everyone, let's give these a taste test. I usually don't have sugar soda. I usually get the diet stuff myself, because whenever I drink a whole soda like this, it just makes me feel weak as I get a sugar crash. And also, I've watched some videos on that. They say that you're more likely to get the diabetes from these if you drink them all the time than the cancer from the aspartame and the others. But whatever it might be, I don't drink much soda regardless. I just know that the sugary stuff makes me crash pretty fast. Now, taking a look at them, the sugar content in these is 73 grams, and that is 143% of your daily sugar in just one. So that right there, that's not good for you having even one of them. But, of course, if you're not overdoing it, it's not bad at all. So we look over at the other. I'm looking at the sugar in this. This is only 24% of your daily sugar, and it contains only 12 grams. You see, it's a lot better for you as far as that. And now, does this break that down? Of course, Google's not going to do that for us. I don't think this is exact. Yeah, I don't think this is exactly what it says. But I'm going to assume these are basically the same, so let's go ahead and start opening them up. Yep, these got that cap that's designed for failure. Also, a lot of places, if it has that gasket like this one looks like it's going to, I'm not 100%, but it looks like an old-fashioned cap. That thing in there supposedly can't always be recycled. It's got to physically be removed, which they don't got a machine to do that. I remember living in a place once, they said, recycle your bottle without the cap. And I think it was probably for that. Or maybe it was an old law from the glass bottles because they didn't want it still on there. I'm not really sure. Let's open this one up. Whoa! That popped like crazy. No, it's the same thing. It's a fatter cap. I remember years ago they got rid of these around here to save on plastic. Does anyone remember 20 years ago a water bottle cap was thick like these? Now it's so thin and you can't screw it on tight. Just bump, bump. It just strips out so fast. Now let's give this a taste. I've never had this before in my life. It smells more like orange juice. It's definitely more citrus tasting, more sour than this one here. They taste totally different. Maybe it's the sugar in this one that helps get rid of that tart taste, the sourness. Now let's see if there's any difference. I don't expect there to be. All right, that had actually this probably had less hiss than this, but maybe it's from me banging them around in the room earlier, but they've been sitting here for a while. They should have all calmed down. They do taste a little different. This one is very sour, more like lemon. And this is more like an orange juice. Somehow this is a little more sour, so they're not the same. And obviously this one's sweeter. It's because of all the sugar. But these, I'm sure, are better for you. Let's see how they taste if we mix a little of both. Now it's got like a color right in the middle, kinda. Yeah, kind of evened it out. Not too sweet anymore. And not as sour as those ones. But I thought this was pretty interesting to do today. Someone in my comment section on Patreon recommended this like 2 weeks ago. So I went out searching for these things on the internet. And it wasn't that bad. This one here I bought, I think, for $11, and this 4-pack was $22 online. Not terrible for a foreign product. So I'm going to bring these in the other room with me, and I will, I'll finish them later. And I hope today's video was interesting, everybody. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. I always feel like foreign sodas have like way more carbonation somehow. They make me burp a lot more than the American sodas seem to do. And I also feel like American sodas used to make you burp more when I was a kid. Or maybe it's just because my body's changed. But I feel like it used to be carbonated somehow differently back then.